everybody. All right, step number 2, we're going to jump in and create your profile on Instagram. Now, if you're doing this from a mobile device, obviously this is going to look a little bit different versus me doing it on the computer. I find a lot of this stuff to be easier to do on the computer, especially now that Instagram allows you to post photos to your profile from a computer. This is a brand new change in the recent times versus, years ago, you had to be on a mobile device. So this actually makes it easier to complete the assignment from your computer, but do realize you can do everything that we're talking through today from a mobile device as well. So here's the Instagram homepage. It'll look some version of this. Obviously, they're always changing the homepage, but the big thing is getting started, creating an account. So to be able to do this, Instagram.com, and you're going to be able to type in your email. Again, I highly suggest using your Finlandia email so you can keep this all together because it is schoolwork. Your full name. Now, your username, now thinking through this again, this is for your podcast. So it should be something that people can connect to your podcast. So think about what you titled your podcast. Think about the branding that you just created inside of Adobe Spark, and you want to have it something familiar. So for me, for the assignment, it's just going to be Jeremiah CPT202 pod. That's what I'm going to roll with. I need to create some sort of password. So I will, create a password here, and I will sign up. Now it's going to ask you for a birthday again. This is just because of, authentication people's age. So do feel free to put, whatever your birthday is in here. It's just not a bad thing to put in there. They just want to verify that you're old enough. You're going to hit next. Then it's going to send you a confirmation code to your email address. This is for security purposes, obviously. So you're going to open up your email, and you should have that code, within a minute or two. It's usually pretty straightforward. So once that code comes in here, we'll jump to the next screen. Now it wants you to do a phone number. So this is, again, another precaution with Instagram. They like to really have these locked down as much as possible. So you're going to have to put in that phone number. Then they're going to send you a text message. You're going to have another code to put in here. Okay. After we've gotten through all the different security things, we're ready to start with a fresh account. Now, they're going to give you suggestions of who to follow, top things. You can just skip this. You don't have to do that because we want to focus on your profile. So over on the right-hand side, you'll see a little profile icon, and you're going to select profile. So here it is, completely blank. You've got a brand new palette to start with. Let's start getting the things done for the assignment. So what you need to do is start with all the details, the bio, location, normal profile info. So we're going to go to edit profile. In here, you're going to be able to put your name, username, your website. Your website should be a link to your podcast at Anchor. This is kind of a big thing here where people are going to be able to get to your podcast. So this link, again, should be the link that you submitted for your podcast assignment. It should be that anchor.fm link for your podcast. That's what's going to go in here. So make sure you have that link that you submitted to me, and that worked. Again, I know some of you had some issues with your link, so make sure this works properly, and put that in here. So I'm just going to put anchor.fm. Now bio. So this is where you would talk a little bit about your podcast. So when you sent me that description in the assignment of what is your podcast about, this is what you're going to type in there. So you could say like, this is a podcast about, and put some stuff in there, hosted by, and then put your name in there. Put these details in because, again, this is how people are going to really be able to connect to your account and get to your podcast because you're going to use Instagram as a marketing tool here for people to be able to do that. So then I'm going to hit submit. That's going to go through. Profile saved. I'm going to click back on my profile, and you're going to see that information right here. The link, whatever about information. You've got your podcast. You might actually want to change your name too, instead of it being your name, to your podcast name. Again, if you want to make any changes to this stuff, go back to your profile. So I could do Jeremiah CPT202 podcast as my name. If I hit submit and go back to my profile, you're going to see that change. So any of the stuff you want to change on the way, you screw up, there's something you don't like, feel free. Now we want to do that picture. So I'm going to click add profile picture, click on this profile, and it's going to go looking. Now, you already downloaded from Adobe Spark. I'm going to upload that. And as you see, now I've got it. Jeremiah CPT202 podcast. I am good to go. I have that set. So now we've completed all the details for your profile. We've added your profile image to Instagram. Now we need to, post your link in your profile, which again, right here, let's get that graphic in there, right? So let's do your actual first post. So I'm going to click the plus sign at the top. It's going to ask me for an image. Now again, we saved that image out of Adobe Spark. Here's that first one. It looks good. I'm going to hit next. You could play with filters if you want. I don't need to use any filters. I don't need to make any adjustments. I'm just going to hit next. Now it's going to say, what's your caption? So this is your chance to type in your message for your social post and include those hashtags. So I'm going to say something like, listening to my new podcast about life at Finlandia, Jeremiah CPT202 podcast. Then I'm going to add the hashtags. Now, these are important for two reasons. One, this is how people discover you on the platform. And then two, this is how I'm going to be able to find your posts and make sure that, I can actually find your accounts. So you've got it set there. This looks good. You've got your image. You're going to share. It's going to put it out there. And you now have your profile complete. It says it's been shared. Great. I'm going to click the X. I'm just going to go in and refresh my account here. And now you see it. So we have one final thing left to do in Instagram for this assignment, and that's actually to have you all follow my Instagram page, so that way I can just connect with your account and be able to grade these nice and easy. So in the search, whenever you're looking for people's accounts, it starts with the @ symbol, and then you can start to type, whatever their account is. So as listed in the sheet, mine is Creative Tech JB. So if you type that in, you can see it right here, the Creative Technologist. And I've got this account that I've had for years. I don't ever really use it. You're just going to hit follow. That's going to pop up, and you are done. That completes everything. You can go back, look at your profile. You've got your profile. You've got your images, your required information. You've got your first post and your hashtags. That is it. That is all you have to do here on Instagram. Nice and easy. So jump into the next video because you're going to be creating a Twitter account, and that's going to wrap up this assignment. So I hope you enjoyed the quick run through of Instagram. Let's get you over to Twitter and get that set up to finish the assignment.